welcome to day 5. We're still in Sapporo. We are going to Hokkaido Shrine this morning, which is just a short walk in the underground, the same underground we were in yesterday, and then a short subway ride out towards the shrine. Today it's beautiful outside. It looks like we're going to have nice blue skies, sunny blue skies, although it is cold. It's not like crazy cold temperature-wise, like -5, but I don't know, it feels much colder. I feel like a bit of a wimp. I'm a Canadian wimp. I shouldn't feel cold. Do you feel cold?
I'm fine. I'm no wimp.
You're no wimp?
I'm no wimp.
We are in full goose mode. I am decked out in heat tech. Under all of my clothes, I've got like a long johns and long sleeve heat tech shirt. We will show you heat tech later. And I still feel a bit nippy, and I'm in the underground. So we're gonna hopefully not freeze our butts off when we're at the shrine. All right, we're gonna take the subway out to the shrine. So we are gonna take the Tose line, which is the orange line on this map. And we are at Odori Station, which is the station in the middle of the, like, right here. And you can see that they are, there's a box around those stations because this is a transfer station, so you can transfer to any of those lines. And we are taking the Odori Station here all the way over to T06, which is the Maruyama Koen. And it is going to cost us, where's my finger? 200 yen. So you can calculate here how much fare you need to buy from this chart. So if we were going to go down, well, we were up at on a different line, we were at a different station, and we could have checked and seen, okay, if we wanted to get on from there, how much it would cost to get all the way to the station we want to go to. It would have been 250 because that would have included the transfer. So now that we know how much we need to pay, we just come up to the machine and we will say English.
All fare information
So
will be displayed in English.
Subway only. We are going to pay 200, and we are going to go for 2 tickets because it's Nicole and I. So you can see adult 200 yen, 2 pieces. So now it wants us to put money in. So I have a 500 yen piece. There's a 500 yen piece here. This currently is about 625 Canadian. So we're just gonna put our money here. And it's gonna give us our 100 yen change and 2 tickets. Then we take our tickets and we go over here to the gate, ticket in hand, ticket goes in the slot, and ticket comes out of this slot, and you must grab it because you need to show this when you leave the arrival station. Now remember to take your ticket, because once Nicole didn't, and the machine eventually will suck it up. Right?
Right.
And then you got to get the station manager guy to come and open the machine and find the ticket for you.
He saw a foreigner coming and he knew exactly why I was there.
He went, and he grabbed his key and followed you to the machine.
Well, that kind of happened. Slight exaggeration.
That's how you use the subway system here in Sapporo, and pretty much the same in Tokyo and everywhere else we've been. All the stations here have these very easy to navigate signs. We are at Odori Station, which is T09, and we are heading in the direction of T08, Nishi Jitkom. And I think the subway is coming. And then once you get to your station that you're getting out, as I said, you take your tickets. Here you have a ticket. And you just put it through the machine and it takes it for you. And you notice the ticket didn't come out because it's completely spent. We made it. Here is a map at the subway station. So you can sort of orient yourself and figure out which exit you want to leave from. This is a small station, so there's only 6. But we've been in some that have well over 30, 40 exits. So first things first, north on this map is pointing down to the left. So that means like this garden is actually over here. So we want to go to the Hokkaido Shrine. So we look up on the legend here for the exits, and there's Hokkaido Shrine. So we want to go out exit 1. And then we look back on the map, and exit 1 is here. So once you know your exit, then you can follow these yellow signs throughout the station to find the one you want. So we want exit 1, so that is straight. There is also a zoo at this park, and that explains the really cool floor tiles. And you'll find your exit. So we're at exit 1, and we just have to leave and then start figuring out which direction to go to the park, keeping in mind that north was not up on that map. So exit 1, and we're gonna get out of here. Right, it was just a very short walk from the subway station over to the park. The park is a big complex, it's huge. There's like a baseball diamond and a track and field sort of area. There's the Hokkaido Shrine, which is here. They have the zoo is here, and there's a mountain here, and there's a hiking trail you can take up the mountain. So we're gonna go and check out what we're gonna do. We came here for the park. We came here for the shrine, but maybe we will check something else out. Maybe we'll go to the zoo, or maybe we'll do the hike. I don't know. We'll find out. But we're definitely heading to the shrine. And did I mention that it's cold? It is very chilly today. I don't know if it's because we're on an island and we're surrounded by water, but it's kind of a damp cold. It gets right into you. But like I said, I got my heat tech on, I got my goose on, I put my hat on. So hopefully I stay toasty. And I'm just walking over to the tourist information. There's an information building here. Nicole's in there asking about stuff. Let's go see what she's up to.
I think we might be going to the zoo.
Did you find infos?
I found infos.
Yeah?
Polar bear there.
Oh boy, how much is it?
600 yen, I think.
You think?
Let me
That's not too bad.
No, I think it's very reasonable to go to a zoo. Yeah, 600.
Okay, so let's go check out the shrine and then go to the zoo for a bit.
Yes.
We're approaching the shrine, and there's a huge torii gate opening up the entrance into the shrine grounds. And you see that at the big shrine complexes. There's always torii at shrines, I think, but these huge, massive ones, you don't see obviously everywhere. Sometimes they're red, sometimes they're wood. This one is just like a metal, kind of looks like a metal, a bit rusty-ish metal color.
are those things?
I think these are people's wishes. You pay for a piece of paper over at the booth, and then you can write your wish on the paper, and then you tie it onto these things. I don't know what they're called, but there is a name for them, and you see them everywhere. Really been enjoying our stroll around Hokkaido Shrine here. It's really cold, but it's kind of a perfect day. There's bits of blue sky coming through. It's snowing a little bit, and it just adds to the atmosphere. It's really quite peaceful to walk around, even though there's people around as well. You just kind of get a sense of peace when you're in one of these places. And this shrine has quite a bit of history. It's here to enshrine 3 kami, which were deities for the Hokkaido Reclamation, and they were enshrined here on orders from Emperor Meiji. So, yeah, beautiful spot. I really like the main buildings. It looks like they're doing a lot of work here, so they're restoring them. But yeah, it's a really beautiful spot. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're so happy that we came. If you guys ever come out to Sapporo, I would say that this would be a must.
Yeah, it's really easy to get to.
Easy.
And the grounds around it, the park and the forest and whatnot, it's amazing.
Yeah, definitely highly recommend it.
We've decided to do the zoo. So we're at the zoo right now. We got our tickets. And weirdly, Nicole's on the ticket.
I used that joke already on you.
Not on camera.
So exciting. That I've never seen before. It's the red panda. He looks like a raccoon and a bear and a fox all at the same time. The zoo, time to head back and warm up a little bit and then go out for ramen. We're both starving. I've been looking forward to hitting up this specific ramen joint for a while now. So we're gonna go do that. The zoo was really enjoyable. The wolves, I really enjoyed the wolves. You get really close up to them. Glass in between, but they would walk right up to the glass and like almost stare at you. And some of the other exhibits with the animals, you can get really close again. Like we saw a seal, and I was literally like hanging over the edge without really thinking too much about it, because back home you wouldn't be anywhere near them hanging over the first fence. But here I could have just dropped my camera by accident and hit him on the head. It's pretty crazy that it's that wide open. What else? The chimpanzees kind of freak me out. They just look a little bit too human for me. Like looking them right in the face, and if they stare back at you, it's like it gives me a chill. It's a little bit unnerving. But yeah, this zoo I think was nice and small. You could do it pretty quick, I would say. We did it in about an hour and probably. It's very cold right now. Nothing to do with the zoo, but it's very cold. So we are going to head back to the subway and get back to the hotel. What do you think of the zoo?
Okay, we just came out of the baboon exhibit, and the baboon butts freak me out. But I like the chimpanzees and I like the apes.
What was your favorite animal, would you say, here?
Ooh, shockingly, I think it's the red panda.
Yeah, they are actually really cute.
Adorable. I've never seen them before. And definitely the apes would be my second favorite.
Yeah. All right, let's go. We heard about this little ramen shop months before our trip, so we were really looking forward to finally giving it a try. We came in for two types of ramen, their garlic ramen and their corn butter ramen. It was the garlic ramen that sold us on this place when we had first heard about it, but I wanted to try the corn butter ramen as that is Hokkaido's specialty. Like most ramen shops, you order by buying tickets from a machine like this one here. The shop is typically small. You see this in most ramen shops, they're usually pretty small. And that's neat because you can get a view into the kitchen. And I was really interested to see that they use a wok here to heat up the broth, and watching him taste test it before he decided it was ready to be served. As he comes over, he fills up the ramen bowls. The noodles are already in the bowls. And it was pretty fascinating watching three people here fuss over the two bowls of ramen, getting them all ready. I got the sense that the chef in the middle here is actually an apprentice, because the other two seem to be directing him on what to do. And my buttercorn ramen is on the left, and Nicole's garlic ramen is on the right here. You can see there goes my corn is being put down, and Nicole's garlic chips being sprinkled, and Nicole's black garlic oil being put down onto her ramen there. They really put a lot of attention to detail in prepping these two bowls here. And by this point, we are starving. We just can't wait for this ramen to be brought out. I think we're salivating and drooling on ourselves watching this. Maybe open kitchens do have a downside. But she presented the ramen to us really nicely, making sure it was in the right direction, facing us. And the eggs, really neat. They brand their eggs. Nicole, as you can see, the black garlic oil drizzled on her ramen there. And unfortunately for me, Nicole was first. She got to try her ramen first while I filmed and sat there over my bowl of ramen. But the broth, as you can see here from her reaction, really blew her away. The first thing she said to describe it was that it's really creamy and that the garlic flavor was extremely strong, but it wasn't an overpowering garlic. It was just a nice sort of mellow, fragrant garlic flavor that permeated the broth. She wanted to dig in there to try the noodles next. She doesn't eat ramen in the traditional way, the noodles. She likes to put some noodles on her spoon and then get some broth in there and some of the toppings. In this case, she's going to get some garlic chips. And that way she can sort of get the whole flavor all at once when she's tasting it. She also really enjoyed the noodles. She described them as springy and being cooked a little bit al dente. But she did call out that the soup was the star of this bowl of ramen for her. The first thing I noted from my bowl was that it came with a metal spoon with holes in the bottom. I wasn't quite sure what that was for. I'd never seen that before. But I went in for the soup as well first. I had the same broth as hers, minus all the garlic. and it really blew me away as well. It was extremely good. I described it as having like real body, like it kind of coats your mouth. It was kind of oily, so the oil sort of coats your mouth and your tongue and leaves the flavor in there after you've swallowed the broth. And really, really enjoyed that hot broth. And I decided to give the metal spoon a try, see what this is all about, as I went in for some noodles. And unlike Nicole, I do attempt to eat ramen in the traditional way, which is basically by slurping it up into your mouth and making a real slurping sound. But as you can see, my slurping technique is extremely weak. I'm not that good at it. But I was also blown away by the noodles. I described them as being chewy, like having a good chew. Also, I agreed with Nicole that them being cooked al dente was really key. And then up next was the egg. And this is my favorite part of ramen generally is the egg. And it's cooked, as you can see, sort of like hard-boiled style, but the center is usually really nice and creamy. And I always note that the eggs there have a really deep yellow yolk, unlike here where it's kind of pale yellow. And as you can see, I had no problems polishing off that huge bowl of ramen. And we said our goodbyes and thanked them for the amazing ramen, and we were off.
All right, that ramen was really, 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 really good. I could have eaten, well, I couldn't have eaten another bowl, but I want to eat another bowl. That was really good. What did you think?
Oh, it was everything I thought it would be and more. The soup was perfect and the noodles were perfect. So combined.
The only downside to that place is they were playing Beatles music so loud that I don't know if I'll be able to use any of the footage, or I'm going to have to do voiceover. So maybe we'll do some really bad dubbing to get that into the video, because I want to show that. And now we're just in a Lawson's, and we are getting something to wash down our ramen. And one neat thing that they have here, I don't think I've shown yet, is the hot drinks. So you can get a bunch of the drinks. They also do cold usually, but you can also get them from a hot section. And what did you pick?
I picked regular green tea.
What am I gonna pick?
Box.
Yes. I think I'll get a cafe au lait. I feel like something, ooh, it's hot. I can't hold it. Hot, 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 hot. All right, we're gonna go pay for this and head back. We're back in Pole Town. It's really, really cold out there. We didn't have to walk too far from the ramen place before we could get back into the underground. And it's busy down here. You can see all the people. It's just a sea of heads.
All right, we're back at the hotel room. Plans kind of got changed around today. When we were at the zoo, I think we said we were going to go back to the hotel for a bit and then go out for ramen. But we were so hungry that we just decided to go straight to the ramen place and eat. And that actually worked out really well because it was a bit of an odd time, and there was no one else there. There was one lady there when we got there, but she left, and then it was just the two of us. So that worked out well. Now we're back. We walked back through Pole Town and the underground passage to Sapporo Station. Again, that's just amazing because it's freezing out. Right now it sounds really cold. We can hear the wind against the windows. But anyways, it's time for another beer break. And I am trying another only in Hokkaido Sapporo. This is a variant of their classic, which I had yesterday. This is a vintage 2016. I don't quite get that. But I don't know, we will try that one out. And we also have a Hokkaido cheese pretzel thing. This kind of looks like a combo. Combo?
Yeah, it does have
Combos?
that. I think it looks like a rice cracker on the outside.
Oh, rice cracker, yeah.
And then camembert on the inside.
Yeah.
Hokkaido camembert on the inside.
They've been feeding us camembert at the breakfast buffet, Hokkaido camembert, so that's why we're assuming that this is that.
The breakfast buffet camembert is so tasty.
Yeah, it smells like camembert. Here, you sniff.
Wow.
Yeah. Smells
That's-
really good. So there is one.
It smells like artificial goodness.
Yeah. So there's one side looks really nice and full, the other side not so much, but it does look like a rice cracker. So let's try this.
It's gotta be good. All that chemicals and artificialness.
It is good. I mean, it's totally rice cracker.
We'll kick up.
The rice cracker, I think, overpowers the cheese a little bit though. I'm not getting a lot of the cheese flavor. So I'm gonna just try and bite off some of the cheese. The cheese.
Fake cheese is just as good as any other cheese.
I don't know, the cheese taste is very, very mild. Even though it smells not mild.
Yeah, definitely. Right now I can smell your snack from where I'm sitting.
Yeah, so those are good. I like that. We also got a selection of Hokkaido candies. Oh, can you get that? So from the thumb side of my hand, there is I think that one is the
I believe this one's milk. No.
no, that
this
was
one
the
is
soft
milk.
cream. That is milk.
No, this is soft serve. Milk, apple, and melon.
Yeah, melon.
Melon. What are you gonna try?
I am going to try the melon.
Ooh. Is it the orange packaging? The orange packaging gets you every time.
Let's see.
You have to work for it.
It's childproof.
You have to work for it.
Okay. Wow, it really smells like melon.
Let me have a sniff. If only there's a scratch and sniff TV. Is it chewy or hard?
It's chewy. Wow. Cantaloupe. Very good cantaloupe flavor. And the consistency is like a taffy kind of consistency.
Let me have another sniff. Yes, now that you mentioned cantaloupe, I can definitely smell
Yep,
artificial cantaloupe.
yep, very good. Alright, so I'm just going to enjoy this beer and these snacks, and we're going to figure out what we're doing for dinner. It seems like all we do is eat, but there's a lot of really good stuff to eat here.
No, we visited animals. We went to a shrine.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Pretty good.
Not bad. we
We
took
didn't
a
eat-
break from eating to
Yeah.
go do some things.
Yeah, and we didn't eat at either of the attractions. Pretty good.
Yep. I know I showed you this room really quickly when we checked in, but I thought I would give you a much better look at it and explain how you would typically use it. This is the wet room. But this is where you shower. So, if you were going to have a soak in the tub, you'd fill up your tub. And then before you got in your tub, you would wash up here at the shower station. So you could do it one of two ways. You could just take the shower head and move it up and have a more Western style shower. Or you could do the Japanese style where you use this bucket and you sit on this stool and you fill up the bucket with water and you basically pour it over top of yourself and you soap up and clean up and rinse it all off with the bucket.
and then you can get into the shower. And that's generally what I do if I'm not in a rush. Just I find it therapeutic somehow, just dumping buckets of water over my head. And so this tap here goes in two directions. It will go in one direction for the shower head and the other for the faucet. And you control your temperature there. So that, in a nutshell, is how you would use a Japanese wet room.
We accidentally got into bed and accidentally fell asleep for a little while back at the hotel, but we managed to peel ourselves out of bed and venture out into the freezing cold to check out Odori Park at nighttime, because they're having their white illumination festival going on. It's the 36th year that they're doing this in Sapporo, and I don't know if it's the entire length. It feels like it. We walked most of the park, I think, and they have different lighting displays throughout the park, all the way to the tower. And it seemed like each one was sponsored by a different company, and they got musicians to do custom music for each exhibit. So it's really beautiful, and must have taken them a long time to put it all together. So this started running a few days ago, I think, like the 17th or 18th, like just when we got here, which was a fluke. And they do this. There's a few other spots in the city where they have lights. I think the train station is one of them. So yeah, so we are done now looking at all this, and we are going to head back into the underground and probably find something to eat and get to bed. We have to pack up and leave tomorrow. Just as we were about to leave after filming that last segment, Nicole noticed that you could go into this dome behind me. And so we went in, and they're, like they are doing on the outside, they were projecting this really cool animation, I guess you would call it. I don't know exactly what you would call it, of all these cool sort of like fractal looking shapes and movement and whatnot. And they had chairs set up around the outside, like lounge chairs you could sit in and stare up at it. So we went in there for a little bit and watched it. A very good white illumination put on by Sapporo.